What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. Y'all hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. My Chicago Bears are set to face the Kansas City Chiefs. Pat Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and the Kansas City Chiefs in about an hour, right? With that being said, this season has started off terrible for us. You know, I'm recognizing what I'm seeing, and as a Chicago Bears fan, a lifelong Chicago Bears fan, this is pathetic. Seriously, Justin Fields is not playing well. He's not, right? He's a person that I advocated for. I'm still rooting for the brother. He's not playing well. But if we're gonna talk about him not playing well, we got to talk about how inept, how what's the word I'm looking for? How incompetent this organization is all across the board. I feel like the only way for the Bears to get what we want to get is for us to change ownership. Seriously. We got to change ownership. Go from the top to the bottom. Last week, Justin Fields didn't play well, and he went and blamed the coaches for his robotic play. And then he ended up backtracking because he knew that it was gonna come with a whole lot of animus. It was gonna come like people was gonna come in his neck. And they still came in his head anyway after he took it back, right? But I really feel like what he initially said was taken out of context. Because what he was saying is that he's getting so much information from so many coaches that he's thinking too much out there, rather than just reacting and playing, right? I don't think he was trying to throw the coaches under the bus at all, like when he said that, But it's gonna look that way because he expressed his mind rather than talking regular quarterback code. They always want the quarterbacks to talking a whole bunch of cliches. Just say it was all your fault all the time because that's what everybody feel like that's the way to go, right? And I don't like when people blame teammates or nothing like that either. But I believe he was right in a sense, right? Now, don't get me wrong. He's not playing well. There's things that he's doing wrong for sure, right? He got to play better. Let me just say that, right? He holding the ball for too long. I'm watching him stare down receivers. He's not reading the field well at times. That's for sure. But the one thing I'm noticing is that he's not even trying to run. He's not even trying to utilize his legs. I can't even tell that's the same dude that ran for 1,100 yards last season and had the Bears offense moving down the field, right? As a lifelong Bears fan, I've never seen us be able to march down the field like that consistently at times. Like we were putting up 30 points, 28, 35. As a Bears fan, even in our years of dominance, we were never scoring that much. And if we were scoring that much, it was because of the defense and special teams. Offense wasn't never just lighting up the scoreboard. So I know Justin Fields ain't trash. The problem is the Chicago Bears cannot develop quarterbacks to save their life. I was always hearing that people say, man, Chicago is where quarterbacks go to die. And I'm realizing it's true. And I hope we don't ruin this young man's career. Now, he got to play better and improve certain things without question. But I'm looking at this like they're not even putting him in position to be successful. Through 2 games, he's only had 5 design run plays called for him in 2 games. That's literally coaching malpractice if I ain't never seen such. Serious, that's coaching malpractice. Like, it's so crazy, man. He's a much better player than what we're seeing, but they're not trying to utilize his legs. They're trying to make him a pocket passer. Want him to stand back there like he Tom Brady, and he want him to stand back there like he goddamn Peyton Manning and Phillip Rivers. Now, listen, as a quarterback, yes, you must be able to throw in the pocket. You must be able to be poised in the pocket. Yes, but at the same time, utilize your strengths and play to his strengths. Don't try to pigeonhole him and want him to play in this little box, and then he out here, he's looking robotic, and he's looking like he's immobile all the way around and getting sacked like crazy. He's not even trying to evade the pass rushers for real. Not even trying to utilize his legs. Let him do what he does best. Like, got him sitting in the pocket. And I promise y'all, I feel like this is the thing. I think he's afraid to run. I think he's afraid to run now because they didn't put it in his head. You got to throw from the pocket. That he feel like he got to show the organization that he's progressed as a pocket passer. He ain't trying to run because they don't want him to run like that anyway. And maybe they don't want him to run because they don't want him to get hurt. And I understand that. But if the offense going to look like it's been looking, hey, you got to roll a dice, dog. Roll a dice and see what happens. Because the young man I'm talking about quick with the feet. I ain't like elusive as hell. out like I'm talking was a true speedster. Let him use that. We ain't marching if we ain't going down the field at all. Let him do what he does best. It don't make no sense. All these damn screen passes. Like for real, the Bears don't have a plan in place for Justin's success. You know, I'm watching the offensive line they supposed to had improved. The shit looked the same. They still bad. They're still terrible. Yes, like I said before, Justin stare down receivers. He's holding on to the ball for too long. He's not without fault. But I'm seeing people like Shady McCoy, who I mentioned in another video, LaShawn McCoy, future Hall of Famer, you know, running back. He's like, yo, Justin Fields, man, he ain't gonna cut it. They talk about how great he played last year, but he's only won 5 games as a starter. And that's how I know people don't watch the Chicago Bears play for real. We didn't lose because Justin Fields. One, dudes was dropping passes left and right. Two, the defense is atrocious. Atrocious. Okay, we can't stop nobody. We couldn't guard a candy store with a machine gun. Okay? Defensive backs getting ate up, looking like Colorado's defensive backs out there. Like they were looking like Colorado defensive backs against Oregon, just getting mollywopped and mauled and mangled and maimed. For real. And Justin was keeping us in the game by scoring, moving the chains with his legs, making plays with his arm to Equanimeous St. Brown and Darnell Mooney and what's the other boy name, man? Tight end. God dang it. What's the Bears tight end name? The one from what you call it? Now y'all gonna make me forget the boy name. Hold on, what's the boy name? Chicago Bears tight end. What's it? Cole Kmet. Cole Kmet out there throwing Cole Kmet making plays. Keeping us in the game when the defense was just, getting done in. Getting used and abused and all type of stuff like that. The people was having their way with the Chicago Bears defense. And that's when I said that this organization looks the complete opposite of what it always been. The defense has always been strong and steady, right? We always had a nice run game, really good run game. And it was the quarterback play, you know, the offense would look like, oh, the quarterback can't get us down the field. Last year was the opposite. Quarterback marching us downfield. We can't stop a soul. We can't stop a soul. You know, and again, I'm looking like Luke Getsy. Luke Getsy has never been a coordinator ever in his league until he got the job with the Bears. He was a pass game coordinator for Aaron Rodgers with the Packers, and ain't too much coordinating you got to do with Aaron Rodgers because him and Matt LaFleur was calling the plays. Let's just be honest. All right? Like, for real. When I say him and Matt LaFleur was calling the plays, him is the great Aaron Rodgers. It ain't much you got to do over there because dude is just that magic. You got to help develop young quarterbacks and develop them the right way. And the Bears go hire a dude who's never, ever been a coordinator before and have him come in to coach your young quarterback you're trying to develop. No, you need somebody that's been seasoned in this to help him move along. And it looks like he's regressed because he's not even using his legs to try to make us at least be formidable offensively. They're not even worried about him running anymore. Screen pass after screen pass. Who the fuck is calling this? Who play calling this? They see it coming a mile away, picking up on it. What are we going to do? What are we going to do, man? Like, it doesn't make any sense for us. And I'm looking like we play today against Kansas City. We can't do that no more, man. You got to let him off the leash, the proverbial leash, you know, the figurative leash, whatever, and let the boy play. Let him play his game. Yes, you can coach him up, rein him in at times, but don't try to make him beat Peyton Manning and Tom Brady and goddamn whoever else. He ain't gonna beat Aaron Rodgers, man. That's not him. He ain't gonna beat Tom Brady and dang on Brett Favre. So stop trying to make him be that, man. You gotta play to his strengths. Play to his strengths if you want to win, man. So yeah, I feel like he's a much better player than what we're seeing. And the Bears mess around, fuck around, let him go. He go over to Brock Purdy. Something happened to Brock Purdy. You know, knock on wood. He go over to San Francisco and flourish. You know what I mean? He goes somewhere else and just look great because people got the right people in place to help him out. He go to Washington with Eric Bieniemy. and look solid, man. Eric Bieniemy know that offense. He know how to get the offense going. He goes somewhere where somebody is seasoned and knows how to run the offense, how to run the offense, how to play call to match his strengths, and he be looking great, better than ever. And we get mad and salty because he was over here, and we like, why he didn't do that over here? Well, he showed you glimpses and promise, glimpses of promise, great glimpses of promise last season. This year, you got him in a bad situation where he can't be himself. So who fault is that? The coaches. So, you know, the organization, man, it just seems to be incompetent. We can't develop a young quarterback to save our life. And I don't want them to ruin this young man. If he playing bad and he not good, okay, cool. But let him at least play to his strengths and try to figure this out. You know, again, he's not without fault. Staring down the receivers, holding on the ball for way too long. You got to be better than that, right? That last interception he threw, I didn't know where the hell he was throwing it to. Okay, you got to be better. But I'm watching him just sit back there and not even trying to use his feet. And I'm like, what is going on? We need better than this. We're not going to be able to win like this, man. So, Chicago Bears, man, learn how to develop your young quarterbacks, please. Machiavelli Mills TV, I'm out. Peace.